Hello, this is Archie Dunlop, bringing you Talking Astrology with Archie on Monday, February the 6th, 2012. Before I talk about the week ahead, I want to briefly talk about ruling planets. Now, ruling planets are very important in astrology, and all of the 12 signs have a ruler. Now, if you've ever read a sun sign column, which I'm sure you have, you'll have seen that the astrologer puts enormous emphasis on your ruling planet. So if you're a Virgo, you'll perhaps know that Mercury is your ruler. And so when an astrologer makes predictions for Virgo, they will track Mercury through the signs. And if Mercury, for example, makes a favourable aspect to Jupiter, they'll say, hey Virgo, that's good news. If Mercury makes a stressful aspect to Saturn, they'll say, hey Virgo, watch out. So these ruling planets are very important. Now, there is some controversy about ruling planets, which was picked up in last week's video when I talked about the age of Aquarius, and I said that the ruler of Aquarius was Saturn. Now, some people wrote to me and they said, hey, the ruler of Aquarius isn't Saturn, it's Uranus. So what's going on? Well, in 1781, the planet Uranus was discovered. Before 1781, no one knew about Uranus. And there was a traditional view of rulerships involving the planets that could be seen with the naked eye, which were the sun and the moon, because traditionally the sun and the moon are treated as planets, although technically they're not. Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter and Saturn. So that makes 7 planets in all, and they all had their rulerships. So Aries was ruled by Mars. Mars also ruled Scorpio. Saturn ruled Capricorn and Aquarius. Jupiter ruled Sagittarius and Pisces, and so on. After 1781, astrologers increasingly tried to change the rulerships. They thought they knew better than the tradition. So what happened was that slowly people thought, hey, Uranus, that's connected with Aquarius, isn't it? Then Neptune was discovered, and people thought Neptune, well, let's link Neptune with Pisces and so forth. And it all really started, late 19th century, beginning of the 20th century. People started to mess about with the rulerships. Now, what's going on here is a modernism. People thought they knew better than the tradition, and so these modern rulerships, they might have sounded fun, but they were essentially wrong. And fortunately, over the last 20 or 30 years, astrologers have been returning to the tradition. So if you're an Aquarius, you can rest assured that your ruling planet is Saturn and nothing else. Likewise, if you're a Pisces, Jupiter is your ruler. And if you're a Scorpio, don't worry about Pluto, because your ruling planet is Mars. Now, as far as the week ahead is concerned, on Tuesday there's a full moon. Now, the definition of a full moon is when the sun and the moon are exactly opposite each other. So the moon will be in Leo and the sun will be in Aquarius. I don't think this full moon is a big deal, but what it might mean is that some of us have to deal with our egos, particularly if we're a Leo, but I think other signs might be involved. We're going to want a lot of attention, or a lot of people around us are going to want attention, but that attention might not be forthcoming. So the challenge with this full moon is to understand other people's perspective. Other people have busy lives, and we can't expect them to pay us attention 24 hours a day. So we need to be a little more detached. On Wednesday, there's something else going on, and that is that Venus changes sign. It moves from Pisces to Aries, and Venus stays in Aries until March the 5th. Now, all things being equal, Aries is not a great sign for Venus to be in. So activities connected with Venus, which is a planet of beauty, should possibly be avoided over the next month. For example, it's probably not a good idea to be spending lots of money on expensive clothes. Also, you should probably avoid plastic surgery unless it's really essential. You know, Venus, when it's in Aries, yeah, Venus is a planet of beauty. It's in a sign that it's not happy in. So things connected with beauty might get mixed up. And what, you know, you go to a plastic surgeon and you think you want something done, and the surgeon's judgment and skill might be adversely affected by Venus being in Aries, and the results might be disappointing. So anything to do with fashion or beauty between now and March the 5th should be put on ice, particularly if a lot of money is involved. So that's all I want to say. I've written up my forecasts for the week ahead, which you can find at the website celebster.com if you're not already on this website. And have a great week.